Hello everyone. Today I wanted to make a short video about the power level when reaching to 500. There is an issue of leveling to 500 to 550 power level. For me personally, I'm not sure if this is a bug or an issue. And for me, this is quite disappointing where when you are leveling up to 500 and when you are playing ultimate mode, where you're supposed to level up to 550, right? On the Pinnacle Ops, Solo Ops, Fire Team Ops, for example. And for some reason, you can't level up. Now you're probably thinking, okay, Blitz, what's the power level of trying to level up? Well, here's the problem. There's nothing. You know how leveling up to 400 to 500 is +2 now? Before it was 1, but now they changed it a few days ago. Well, when trying to level up to 500 to 550, there's no +2. And you're probably thinking, oh, okay, it's +1 Blitz. No. There's no +1 as well. It's just base power. So when you unlock Ultimate at 451 and you can't play because it's too difficult, so you have to play Grandmaster, then later on you do play Ultimate, you can't even play it to level up to 550. Like there's no +1, there's no +2. So that means that when you are 500 power level, you have to rely on Savala, Conquests, and Prime Engrams. And then the worst part is the Prime Engrams are nerfed. They're not +3 anymore unless they updated, but they're not right now as I speak until it's updated. And I haven't read anything about Prime Engrams right now, but it is +2. It is not +3. Last season, it was +3 for Prime Engrams. This season is +2. Conquest is +2. So that means you have to farm Prime Engrams when you don't have a chance to go to Savala, when you don't have a chance to go for conquests to level up to 550 power level. And it's extremely time consuming and very grindy. That means you have to spend all your time on either Starcross with a good fire team, or you have to do solo ops for hours and hours and hours. And it's going to take over 100 hours, more than 100 hours, to get to 550 power level. And I know this for a fact because I did my little calculator of how many Prime Engrams I had to farm last season. And it's worse. The leveling is much worse this season than last season. Last season, when I was farming the Prime Engrams to 400 to 450, it was +3 Prime Engrams. Now this season, it's 2, +2. There's no +3. There's no such thing as of now unless it's updated. That means you're going to be farming a lot of Prime Engrams. And let me just recap, for players who are like, okay, Blitz, not so bad. No, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. That means that you're going to be farming over 50 Prime Engrams. And counting with the Solstice event and Savala and the Conquest, it was over 90 Prime Engrams. Now this season, it's going to be over 100 Prime Engrams, probably 120, 130, maybe more. The fact is that it's going to be over 100 Prime Engrams to level up to 550. And it's going to be over 100 hours to level up to 550. So like I said, this is what I'm seeing right now. I was testing out of where you can get the Prime Engrams. I really hope this is a bug. I think it's a bug. There's just no way. It has to be a bug. There's just no way Ultimate's going to be base power. And then here's the worst part. You think this is bad? There's even worse. Look at the seasonal rank. The seasonal rank actually has a seasonal buff for the rewards. Or in short words, there is a buff where you can use less mods when going for solo ops or pinnacle ops. I'm not even joking over exaggerating. And there is also another buff. And believe it or not, take a look at yourself. If you don't believe me, there is a Prime Engram buff. There is a tier 1 Prime Engram buff. And then there's another one at rank 77. So that means that if you are not rank 77, you're going to have a longer time of farming Prime Engrams when trying to level up to 550 power level. And basically, I don't even think anyone's even going to be playing Ultimate Conquest mode, because Conquest mode's 510 and 535. And if the power leveling is just 0, then barely anyone's going to even make it to 510 or 535 at all for this month. Because I already know that it's going to take hours and hours, and luck as well, to level up. And I was reading on the twid of the updates to the portal. Let me reread it for you guys. Now, they updated the portal, but then here's the weird thing. Here's the weird catch. They haven't mentioned anything about the 500 to 550 power level, but they did mention about the A and A plus grades will give you +2, B and B plus will give you +1, and then for 450 to 500, it's going to be +2, right? Now, if we look at the old twid, it says here in quote, "We're creating a more consistent power reward experience for the upper climb. From 500 to 550 power, earn an A or A plus grade to get 1 point or 1 power point on your activity completion rewards." So basically what it means is that the 500 to 550 power level was supposed to be +1 when leveling up. Now, in my personal opinion, everyone's gonna hate me. I think +1 is still bad. In my personal opinion, I think +1 is just still not good, because it's still gonna take long to level up, for example, because there are times where I'm getting the same helmet over and over and I can't level up at all. I mean, I'll spend 2 hours playing Kel's Fall and I still can't level up because I'm missing that specific class item, that class armor, or I'm missing that one heavy weapon, for example. So basically, you still have to rely on Prime Engrams when leveling up. I think for 500 to 550 should be around +2, and the Prime Engrams should be +3. It shouldn't be +2. I don't think it's right that the Prime Engrams are +2, because Conquest is +2. If anyone's wondering what is the power level one going for Conquest, it's +2 from what I've seen right now. And I have asked many players, and everyone tells me it's +2 as well for them. I think Prime Engrams and doing Conquest should be +3. 500 to 550 should be +2. It should be +2 because the problem is you're going to be spending over 100 hours of leveling up. I know, I've been there. I have leveled up to 450. I have made a chart of how many runs it took to get a Prime Engram, and it was horrible. I really hope this is a bug, and I really hope Bungie will fix this. This is a short video. I just want to share everyone what's going on with the 500-550 power level. I think it's bugged. I think it's not working. I am hoping next Tuesday it's going to be fixed. Because if it is not fixed, and if this is the legit of power leveling, this is going to be an over 100-hour grind. It's going to be based on luck, grind. Barely anyone's going to be on Conquest mode. Alright, so thank you so much for watching. I'm really hoping the power leveling to 500, 550 will be fixed. I'm really hoping this is not legit. If this is legit, this is going to be the worst power leveling, worse than last season. Much worse than last season, because last season was +3 Prime Engrams. This season's +2. It's going to be over 100 hours, more than 100. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.